To Mixstation Radio Live. The views and opinions of the guests and the hosts you hear on Mixstation Radio Live are not necessarily those of the staff and the management of Mixstation Radio Live, its sponsors, or advertisers.
Hey, I want to start a podcast.
Join the mix.
Can I broadcast to millions all over the world?
Join the mix.
Can I control my own content and share my show?
Join the mix.
Can I promote my product and my event?
Join the mix. Mixstation Radio is a worldwide internet radio station that specializes in video and audio podcasts on all social media platforms. You can download our free app, Mixstation Radio Live. That's MIXX Station Radio Live. We have 2 locations in Towson, Maryland, and Eastern Shore, Maryland. With our new service, you can host your own show from home with Mix Mobile. That's MIXX Mobile.
Did you say I can broadcast from home?
Yes, we have a new service called Mix Mobile. We can come to your location or you can log on virtually.
Hold up. That can't be true, man.
Yes, Mixstation can air any show from anywhere in the world, and all you need is a strong internet connection. Also, we have a toll-free 1-800 number.
So you're telling me I can stream on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all the formats all at the same time and have people calling with comments?
Yes, join the mix. If you want to join the mix, email us at mixstation@gmail.com. Again, mixstation@gmail.com. That's MIXXstation@gmail.com. Mixstation is sponsored by...
Hey, if you're not making enough money at your current job and you want more, or you're not happy and want more control of your career, then come over to cybersecurity. Online Security has a 10-week security fundamentals class that helps you get Security Plus certified, develops your resume so you can land an interview, and helps you study for the interview so you can get a job. So what are you waiting for? Go to onlinesecurity.com and sign up for our next Security Plus class. And when you do, don't forget to use our discount code OnlineSecurity.
Erotic, taboo, sensual touch. Erotic, taboo, sensual touch. Touch me, kiss me, squeeze me, hold me. 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 Erotic, taboo, sensual touch. Erotic.
Hey, it's Lynette Shaw with Shaw Tax Solution, LLC, brought to you by Queen Jackie of Intimate Connection Talk Radio Show. If you're ever in need of a reliable tax preparer, or you having credit issues and can't get approved for that car, that loan, or you may just need something notarized, reach out to me, Lynette Shaw, at shawtaxsolution.com. We on all social media platforms. I'm located in Rosedale, Maryland, and we definitely will get the job done.
My computer, huh? Jackie gonna be saying something.
Good evening, Facebookers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, and everybody else out there in Radio Land. You are listening to Intimate Connections. I am the host and creator, Queen Jackie. We're going to have a great show tonight. We have an enlightened brother joining us tonight. We're going to try to take it easy on him since it's his first time.
Oh, man.
But before we get to him, I'm going to turn it to my co-host on the left.
Good evening, everybody. This is your boy, Rich Nice. Hope everybody's doing good. Welcome.
All right, sizzling.
Hey, it's Sizzling Shaw. It's gonna be a hot one tonight.
All right. So tonight, we're probably going to do something a little different tonight. My topic tonight is the state of relationships in the Black community? Are we getting further apart from each other, or are we being drawn closer to each other? So if you want to call in and give a comment or ask a question, the call-in number is 855-493-6499. Again, that number is 855-493-6499. So we're going to bring our guest on and let him introduce himself. I had the pleasure of, we just did a relationship discussion panel a couple of weeks ago,
like 2 weeks ago,
given by Lachelle Silver. And the interesting thing is, Juan and I were in the lust category.
Yeah, crazy.
So
I was like, yo, God must have been trying to punish me. I said, God was trying to punish me that day. But I did good, though. I did good. I was proud of myself, though. I did good. I did good with my questions, you know.
He did an amazing job, even though it was a category that he really didn't want. But we talked before we actually went on the mic, and I felt like it was a great pairing when
absolutely.
they put you in lust, because I knew I was automatically going in lust. But and I joked about it. I was like, why the hell am I going in lust? But I already knew that's what it was. But when I found out you were in that too, I said, oh, well, we could kind of like vibe off of one another.
Absolutely.
So I was glad we had a chance to speak
Absolutely.
before that.
I definitely was worried. I was like, when she sent it to me the day before, I was like, lust. Like, oh, come on. But you know, I'm actually glad I had that topic, though.
Yeah. Did you learn something during that topic?
Yeah, I mean, I learned that, you know, lust is a good thing. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing, you know. It's just how you engage with the lust. That's where the challenge be at. So I think, you know, I learned that lust is good. You know, lust is good if it's channeled correctly. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So why do you think it that has such a bad connotation as far as lust?
Just because we live in a very highly sexual society, you know what I mean? Like, we live in an over-sexualized world, so, like, you know, I think people associate lust with, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say ownership, but, like, just like, for example, people be on social media and they think they know you before they even meet you. Right. They be sitting there lusting over you and this and that. I've been in situations where people think they know me, and I'm like, whoa. Like, I don't even know your name. Like, you call me by my first name, so like that's interesting. So like, I don't know if that answered the question, but
okay.
Yeah. So, Brother Nance, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Born and raised in Baltimore, Northwest Baltimore, but a little bit all over Baltimore. My dad died when I was 10, and I was raised by the old Baltimore. Raised in community, raised with different Babas and a strong black mother, and you know, so yeah, educator, business owner, you know, just try to do community things in Baltimore, just trying to uplift the youth and, you know, lead by example. So do a little bit of everything. But right now I'm really focusing on this Afro-Fly lifestyle and the Temple Work ministry, and, you know, really trying to encourage mental health and, you know, just having people tap into their peace and their power on the inside. Like, so that's my main focus right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and so why did you choose mental health?
Because it's something that we don't talk about that's super important, and I think that there's too many people that stand in front of me that don't look like me telling me about my mental health, and I you know, I feel as though only we can speak to us about, you know, our mental health and understanding our plight and where we need to move and what tools and things we need to do to, you know, make us better, you know. Some things even simple, just as being outside more, you know what I mean, and just being in the sun. So like, just little stuff like that. So I chose mental health because I think it was just super important, especially for young people to see a black man standing in front of them talking to them about that. So that was very important to me. Yeah.
Some would actually argue that, you know, mental health for black men, because I was speaking from that perspective. You need to take a different approach. You know, how do you compare the approach? Because, well, the reason we got to take a different approach because we got different burdens, we got different things that we have to deal with in our community and with our family. So how do you compare the approach to black men's mental health as compared to the norm?
I think that you have to deal with that hurt little boy inside. You know what I mean? The hurt little girl inside, like the little boy that's hurt inside. You gotta deal with him. I think that is important to allow space. I think that it's such a narrow approach on how they view or think we should approach black men, black boys, things like that, where there was a very wide approach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got finished from traveling and I got to see my real power as a black man. You know what I mean? I'm like, we're in a narrow lens here, but traveling I got to see my full power and understanding of like why, like I said, the mental health is important and why the approach has to be direct. You know what I mean? But indirect at the same time too. You got to get to know somebody in order to understand where they at, on the mental health aspect.
That's good stuff. Okay.
Do you also feel that because in the black community, it's almost shameful to admit, do you feel like that's a big part of it too? Why there's not a broader understanding of black men's mental health?
Yeah, I think that people don't think black men have mental issues, or we can't be upset. Like, they think we're angry. Yeah. Sometimes we just hurt. Sometimes we confused. We have the same emotions and understandings and go through everybody else, but we don't have a safe space to build. We don't have a safe space to share. So most people either over medicate with drugs and alcohol, or over sexual, or a variety of different things. Or some people are super parents or workaholics. So it's a variety of things, and they mask their pain by just keeping it moving. You know what I mean? I used to be one of them people, keeping it moving, and I had to realize like keeping it moving is making me older. You know what I mean? And I don't want to age from other people's luggage. You know what I mean? Like, I want to age based off what I'm doing in my world. So like, understand unpacking. Like I said, my dad died when I was 10, so it was a lot of unpacking I had to do as I became a man, you know what I mean? Or as I'm becoming an older man now, you know what I mean? So
you also feel like denial is a part of it as well?
Absolutely. Denial is a major one. It's like the person that has substance abuse issues. In order to get help, you know what I mean, you got to first admit you have a problem, you know what I mean? And so in order to say, like, some people don't like to talk about depression or sadness, but in order to, sometimes you got to claim certain things in order to fight your way out of it. You know what I mean? But you can't make it become you. It don't define you. It's just part of your story at that moment. It's a moment. It's not a defining thing for your whole life. You know what I mean? But I definitely think that now is a major one, you know what I mean? But I think a lot of people get beat down, especially our boys in schools. They get beat down a lot, you know what I mean? By black teachers, white teachers, by administrators. They get beat down just for being little black boys and being kids, you know what I mean? So it starts there, you know what I mean? So if they can't express themselves there because everybody telling them this and that, like, you're wrong, so that's why it's important while I'm in schools, so I can be that bridge, like, hold on, shorty, let me talk to you. You know what I mean? It's all right. Because you don't want to kill that warrior spirit inside these kids, but they got to understand how to control it and mold it, you know what I mean?
I think it's also a lack of emotional freedom as well. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Being told, something wrong, don't cry.
Yeah.
When I was a kid,
big part of
Absolutely.
it. Yeah, that is a big part of it.
When I was a kid, I had an uncle, God rest his soul. Whenever we were only 2 years apart. Whenever he get in trouble, and my grandmother's husband would hit him, he couldn't cry. And I can remember being about 21 years old and him expressing to me just the anger he felt because he could never express himself, and how it caused him to be certain ways in life because he never had the outlet, the emotional outlet, to really go in and be who he needed to be to get those things off his chest, And I think that's for a lot of us, and I don't think we even know, in our community, that's even a real thing. That's even an option for us.
Yeah, or even understanding the triggers, you know what I mean? Understanding our own triggers and traumas, you know what I mean? And like you said, like, even that whole crying piece, like, that's super important. Like, I mean, you're supposed to cry. It's a natural human emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
If you hurt, you're going to cry. Simple as that. Like, I told my son that early. Like, yo, if you hurt, cry, boy. I'm not, we're not doing none of that. Like,
but that's done a lot of harm to our community because a lot of men, especially, I'm 56, so a lot of men from my time growing up were taught that a man isn't supposed to cry. And then even in terms of women, for those women that grew up during that time, if a man does open himself up to you to show emotion, you can't beat him down and say, you're acting like a little bitch, or to that degree, because he chose you to share that emotion with. So part of it is on our end too, because we have to provide men a safe space to express emotion. And I do feel like a lot of times we're judging them because of that. But to cry is human. We're all human, and we experience a whole multitude of emotions. So you can't say, and I know that this is mainly in our community, that a man isn't supposed to cry, because now they have all that bottled up rage, and it can manifest in different ways. So for us as women, Brother Nance,
Yes.
how can we be more, I guess, more intimately connected with our mate to the point that he would want to open up? Yes, that's one way. Well, I don't want him to cry in the middle of an orgasm.
Some people
Could be
do.
a good cry.
Yeah,
It
they
could
hell
be
of
a
a cry.
good cry.
That's scary. I don't want that kind of just gonna make me cry.
I think honestly, just being, to me, more emotionally available for the
Okay.
brothers. You know what I mean? You know, emotionally availability, emotional connection make the intimacy much better. And if you're not emotionally connected, or you don't have any, you know what I mean, like the intimacy is, I mean, it ain't the same.
Yeah, I think you're right. You said something really powerful there. It ain't the same. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I would, as a man, I appreciate, you know, y'all's support. But as far as mental health, it really needs to come from our own village. Like, we need to be able to. I need to be able to talk to John, and we relate to each other, and he be like, "Are you good, bro?"
Yeah.
You know, because if you think about it, when you guys need to vent, you could call up your girlfriend.
That's a fact.
And,
That's a fact.
and say anything, and y'all have that outlet. We really don't have that in
That's
the
true.
male
That's
community.
true. Yeah.
So that's why I say, I don't want to sound crass, but I think it's really it's up to us. Where I could look at John and be like, "Yo, I love you, bro."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's
not
okay.
be be
Yeah.
judged.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Rich.
You know,
But no, that's true. But I think that we're just starting to even have those conversations as men. You know, I was watching just a small clip of Bobby Brown, and they were asking him about New Edition, and he said we just got to the point where we started listening to each other, started talking to each other, started realizing that the brotherhood means more than anything else. And that's what a lot of us in our community, like we're just starting to be like, wait a minute, something is wrong with how I came up. You know, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think some of it too is, a lot of it is the parenting, because especially when I was growing up, a lot of the men weren't in the house, you know, and a lot of the moms had to be these strong black women,
Absolutely.
thinking that rearing and complicating their young boy was what you was supposed to do. And like you said, I spent all of my 20s and stuff just running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Absolutely.
creating my kids and doing music and whatever. I was running. I'd feel empty. I'd be upset. I'd be sad. And I didn't even, nothing was genuinely wrong with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
I could have got $1 million and then thought about it like something is wrong. You know what I mean? And a lot of that comes from that. And you asking what can, you know, women do. A lot of us, again, were raised by black women who didn't allow us to cry, that didn't allow us to be vulnerable, that didn't allow us to talk to them. You know, and I'm not blaming, because again, a lot of the dads weren't in the house.
Right, yeah.
But a lot of men's first run-ins with those kind of moments are with their moms. And if your mom is not giving you that space to have
that's
why
a
would I
fact.
have that with you?
That's
You know
that's
what I mean?
true.
That's
That's a
strange
great
thing.
point.
And that's why it's really important with my he said, my brother here, he said that he's doing outreach and speaking to young black men, you know, to break that cycle. You know, when you reach out to them and then teach them, you know, to embrace their emotions instead of what we tend to do, suffer in silence.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
as men. So I applaud you for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was blessed, man. Like, my mother was dope. I'm not gonna lie. Like, my mother, I don't know if because she was a school teacher or whatever, but like, me and my mother had a really dope relationship. Like, you know what I mean? Where I respected, you know, her giving me my space to grow as a man, but also as a young man. You know what I mean? She never was like, you the man of the house or anything like that. She let me be a boy. You know what I mean? She let me grow up. You know what I mean? So I wasn't taught that. I was taught with. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Excuse me.
And I can relate to that as a mom of a 35-year-old. You know, we always taught him that it's okay to express emotion. It's okay to, you know, hug another guy and not feel like it's because, you know, a lot of men are homophobic. So it's okay to hug a guy. You know what I'm saying? I think that if we start breaking down some of these lessons that we were taught, you know, we could begin the healing process, but it starts with an open conversation. And I feel like things have changed, but we still have a lot of work to do within our community.
I mean, I think having a strong mother is important though, because like it allows you to have an understanding how to tap. If you got a mother that understands, it allows you to understand how to find your balance with your divine feminine energy as a man. You know what I mean? Like as a young man. So like, I'm not gonna lie, like having that open communication and dialogue with my mom, we still talk to this day the same way. Like, you know what I mean? It's never nothing on off limits. And it's never from a place of judgment. It's always from a place of growth. You know what I mean? So that's how I approach my work. You know what I mean? It's like, I break it down to the kids, even the men that I engage with on a very simple thing, you know what I mean? And they'd be like, damn, bro, I didn't even think about it like that. Like, yeah, bro, it's not that complicated. You know what I mean? Like, bro, if you cut yourself, bro, it hurt. I may not cry, but I'm gonna feel some pain.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And I may not cry, but I feel some pain. It's okay for me to scream, yell, punch something. It's okay. I'm not crazy. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I'm not the angry black man. I'm not none of that. I have a natural emotion, a natural reaction to things that happen in your life. Is a response. You know what I mean? So you gotta understand how to engage and deal with your responses. Like, that's what I try to teach and preach. You know what I mean?
You said engage and deal with your response.
Yeah, you have to. Only you can control you. The common denominator in every situation is you. You know what I mean? It's never nobody else. If you don't learn from whatever situation you was in, it's like, then you're still the problem. You know what I mean? Like, it's never nobody else. I was married. It wasn't my wife's fault. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't my fault or her fault. It was just timing. You know what I mean? But we both gained, so we're friends to this day. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just interesting when you talk about intimacy and spiritual connections and all those different things. Like, the mental health play a big aspect once you start addressing yourself and start doing that mirror work and that shadow work for yourself. And that takes time. You know what I mean? It takes time. You know what I mean? And there's no one way to do it. You got to find what's good for your constitution, for yourself. You know what I mean?
So, dealing with these kids, what's some of the exercises you do to help them?
We do a little bit of meditation. We do heavy meditation. I'm really heavy into music, so I let them do a lot of expressive writing. I had some young girls write a book a few years ago, turning their triumphs into, their trauma into triumphs. It was collecting the poems that is on Amazon right now, and they actually publish authors. So, you know, I have the kids write. You know what I mean? We do talks. You know, it's very open. It's no like I do this workshop on depression called Depress On. So like we pressing past the depression. So we owning what it is, what it looks like, what it feels like, but also how to get out of it. You know what I mean? And like I said, everybody has their own way of getting out of it. But the first thing to getting out of it is owning it. You know what I mean? And accepting for what it is. Even if it's not, like I tell the students, it's okay some days to do nothing. It's okay. It's normal not to do nothing and you don't want to do nothing. But if you start thinking that you're depressed, you start sitting in that mindset of, oh, I'm not doing nothing because I'm depressed. No, sometimes you may not be doing nothing just because you need some time to just rest. You know what I mean? You need some time to just recalibrate what you want to do, you know what I mean, for your next move. So, I mean, all my approaches is all about planning, you know what I mean? I do a lot of vision boards, both digital vision boards with this youth. I'm all about visualizations for them to manifest what they want to do. So a lot of my stuff is very visual. When they complete my program, they get a transformational ring. I use different animals for like transformation, like snakes, elephants, owls, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Wisdom, wisdom with the elephant. Let me get out this. Sorry about that. Wisdom for the elephant. Memory for the elephant. Wisdom with the owl. And transformation with the snake. So a lot of stuff is internal. So I teach them how to tap in internally. Change starts within. You know what I mean? Peace starts within. Like nobody can, disturb your peace unless you allow them to. So I teach them that, you know what I mean? Just from a very, like I said, simple thing. Like I don't, do no magic tricks. You know what I'm saying? Some people come, here and be really telling these wild stories to these kids. Like, I try to give them very things that they can see. You know what I mean? Like, yes, that's me touching the elephant. Yes, this is my,
Okay.
Give them tangible things that they can achieve and see. Like, I used to be a drug dealer. No, that's not my story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not every black man's story that lost their father and was a single mother. That's not everybody's story. You know what I mean? They grew up in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the Muslim drug dealer. I didn't go to jail and become a Muslim. None of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that be the original approach. 'Cause they ask that. They ask that question when they see you. You know what I mean? You come in there with a suit, they ask you going to court. You know what I mean? Like, wow, I'm going to court. Like, why can't I just be dressing nice to lead y'all?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're just changing, like I said, perception in mind. That's my approach. Like,
sure.
every time I get opportunity to stand in front of young people, I try to make sure I stand in a position of power. Like, every time. You know what I mean? Right.
Oh yeah, definitely. So tell me about Afrofly.
Oh man, Afrofly. Oh man, Afrofly is.
Cause you're Afrofly.
It's definitely it's something that there was a gentleman professor from Howard University. I was at there was two brothers that inspired me, and my mother, of course, she inspired me because she put it in me when I was young, as far as knowledge of self and respecting your culture. But it was a brother named Baba Shaw, Ernest Shaw. Shout out to Ernest Shaw. He's a big time artist in Baltimore, painter in Baltimore. He gifted me when we were teaching together at Henderson Hopkins, and he had a shirt on that was too big one time with dashiki. It was too big, and he was like, I said, man, I like that shirt, man. He said, man, you want it? I was like, yeah. I thought he was playing.
Okay.
The kid took it right off his back, right in front of the kids, and gave it to me. You know what I mean? So it was like a powerful message in giving me the shirt right off his back.
Yes.
It was a garment. You know what I mean? And then this black man said something. This professor said something at an event I was at, and he was like, people ask me, why you dress like this, or why you wear your African garments, stuff like that. He said, I wear it because I let these folks know that they can't play with me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I understand what's going on.
Right.
I'm okay. You know what I mean? With who I be. And when he said that, I was sitting back in the chair like, damn. I said, okay. I said, sorry to turn up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I wanted to make it where don't watch your Afro flies, because it's like, I want it to be, most time you see people wearing dashikis and stuff like that, they wearing dress shoes and they looking, they look old, you know what I mean? Like, but you can wear it with slick sneakers and, dress it up like, and I pick all the fabric out. So I went to Ghana, shout out to Mama Esther at Sankofa Children's Museum up in Park Heights. I stayed at her house. I went to Ghana like 3 times. And, the culture and the people, and just feeling the fabrics and meeting the tailors, and it just made me want to. And then for me to be over there and they liking my style, they wear that every day. They stop at me like, bro, I like your style. This, that, and that. I'm like, oh man, thank you, brother. You know what I mean? Respect. But it made me think like, okay, I can really do something with this. And like, you know what I mean? And so when I came back home to the States, right now we're still in the early production stages on figuring out how we want to do it, because it's very custom. It's like one of one. Like, you'll never see the same garment twice. Whatever's made for you will be made for you. Whatever, it may be the same pattern, but it may not be cut the same way. You know what I mean? But there'll be some standard things that we do. But Afrofly is really just pairing indigenous fabrics all over the world, really employing it, made by black hands, made by brown hands all over the world. Because I don't only get stuff made in Ghana, but I get stuff made in Thailand as well. So that's Afrofly is something that I'm really, really looking forward to, because it's really about, people around here talking about they kings, but they dressing like peasants. You know what I mean? People around here talking about they gods, but they acting like gestures. You know what I mean? So it's like, you are how you feel. I can have $0 in my pocket, but if I feel well, my energy gonna project well. You know what I mean? And even when I'm walking through the community, walking through the hood, like the young people, the elders, what's up, brother? What's up, unc? This and the third. Like, I done graduated from bro to unc. You know what I'm saying? Like, so is it just a different, it's a different wave, and I feel it and I respect it. You know what I mean? I respect the responsibility that I have to, represent when I'm out here. I'm not going to wait till I turn 46 years old to start being scared of my own people. Like, that's crazy. No matter how crazy our city is, like, or whatever urban city we in. Like, I'm not going to wait till, I tell people, don't worry about me when I'm overseas, worry about me when in the States. You know what I mean?
How about that?
Seriously. So, but Afrofly is my baby, man. I'm looking forward to dressing kids and young people, and I just wanted to
cool.
be. I just want to make the garments what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like we spending money on some of the most. I mean, I have garments that will last way longer than any piece of Louis Vuitton, Gucci anybody got. I promise you that. You know what I mean? And I think that stuff is nice. You know what I mean? I don't personally own any, but I told myself this year and moving forward, I'm only wearing things that either I own or produce or Black Hands made it. You know what I mean? And if it's not Black Hands, then I can't wear it. So Afrofly is all about strictly a lifestyle. It's not about you know what I mean. It's about a lifestyle. It's about embracing your African heritage, living out loud, not being afraid to own your power. You know what I'm saying? So
I love it.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. What you have on now is pretty fly.
Oh,
I'm like, he came in representing. Okay.
I'm about to go to Florida. And I'm catch a flight at 9:55.
He's a man. I cut the grass in this. This ain't nothing.
It's one of my favorite pieces. It's one of my first pieces I got made when I got with my tailor. It's a Black man that made it. You know what I mean? And so, it's just been a blessing. There's a lot of Black men that I've been building with. Like my master tailor in Baltimore, I ran into him maybe 2 weeks ago. Allah always line you with the people that are supposed to be in your path. Absolutely. And he worked with former inmates that have been sewing for 28 years. And I was like, yo, bro. He was like, I love what you're doing. He was telling me how I could really, because he's 66 years old, so he remember the styles and remember so he's giving me all the game, like feeding me, like, bro, this you are doing this, and I was telling him all the stuff that I'm doing, and he's actually giving me my master cuts for all my stuff for free. Oh, wow. You know what I mean? Because he want to pass the knowledge on. A lot of time in our community, our secrets go to the grave. Forget the money transfer. We don't transfer the information. The information is what we need. I can't do nothing with the money without the information. You give me the money, I don't know what to do with the money. Yeah. But if you give me the information, I could do a lot more with the information. So him showing me, he's not showing me how to sew for me to be a seamstress or be a tailor. He's showing me how to sew so I can speak the language when I'm going overseas to get in the textile industry. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go overseas and work with these people in Thailand and Indonesia and these different places, I can speak the language. I can say this is a yard and no one can get me. I can talk about the fabrics and what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? And so I'm just blessed and thankful that like all the people that's touching Afrofly is Black men, indigenous hands. You know what I mean? And it's just a beautiful thing. Like I just love the response I get from the people in the community, especially young people. You know what I mean? Especially the young people. That means a lot to me. I told them they gotta teach me how to wear tennis shoes though. Cause I don't really wear tennis shoes like that. It's just too many colors. You know what I mean? Like they ain't got no basics no more. So. Right.
Still got shell toes.
Yeah, shell toes. I got a pair of Pumas on right now. I saw those. I caught these luckily in California like a couple years ago. I was happy. I was like, let me get them. They was on sale. Let me get them. Okay. But yeah, like no Afrofly, just about caring about yourself. You know what I mean? And really representing. We got a lot of. I've never seen so many sloppy looking people in the world right now. You know what I mean? Just walking around every day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we got pajamas clothes outside. Like people act like they still sleep. You know what I mean? So if you still sleep, I just tell my son that if you sagging, you lacking. You know what I mean? Like how you gonna move? You can't move. You know what I mean? So, period. Yep.
He also has a fragrance line too.
Bring it in. I left it in the car.
I have some on. That's my.
Yeah, it's called the God fragrance. It's a unisex fragrance.
It's awesome.
It's
that's what I'm wearing.
Yeah, it's called the God fragrance.
Yeah,
I got some in the car. I meant to bring some in. I apologize. But yeah, it's called the God fragrance. It's part of the Temple Work Ministry brand. Made by a Black woman.
Is it unisex? Or?
Yes, unisex. Yep, it's made by a Black woman. Oracle Orals. Miss Tanisa Brown. She's a chemist from Morgan State University. Through Howard as well. She's a master chemist. We've been working on this fragrance for maybe about 2-3 years. But now I'm ready to take it to the public really hard. I've been doing my test trials for the last 2-3 years. Great response and took it all over the world. People love it. I just want to get the packaging together because it's 100% pure organic oil. So I'm not selling it for $20. You know what I mean? Like I gotta sell it for what it's worth. You know what I mean?
But it was reasonable. I thought.
Yeah, it was $55, but it's gonna be $100 a bottle soon. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right. Know your worth.
Is the brother still doing the trip? Oh yeah, I'm still gonna do the trip to Thailand. It's been a lot of moving pieces. Like I'm definitely gonna still do the trip to Thailand. I don't know if I want to do the smokers trip or I want to do the relaxing spiritual trip out there. Just trying to decide which trip I want to do. Okay. Yeah, because they just legalized marijuana in Thailand, so and they do a lot of psychedelics out there. I'm not into the psychedelics, but it's a lot.
We appreciate your question.
Yeah.
Paradigm. I think that might be Ramsey, I believe.
Yeah, I'm still doing the trip to Thailand. I just got to figure out, you know what I mean? Boza did Bali first and then Thailand, but it's a lot of stuff going on right now. So I want to make sure when it's time to do it, I want to do it right. One thing about me, I don't rush anything. Like, I let it go on divine time. And so I just went over there to get the resource. Like, even when I went to Thailand this last time, like for my first time, I didn't go over there with no plan. I didn't say I'm going to meet all these people to do all this stuff. I went over there on a whole different mission. Like, I'm going to go get a tattoo. I'm going to go chill with some elephants. I went over there and started seeing all these people, and they were telling me, I'm like, oh, snap, let me shift. Boom, I got everything done in like 5 days. I said, imagine if I'm there for a month, 6 months. I'm like, oh, man, I'm ready. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, they lied to us in America, man. Black people, we got to get out of here, I'm telling you.
What is it like? What is it like traveling in those type of countries?
I love it, man. The food is better. The energy as a black man, like, we're treated like royalty, like we're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, I was chilling with Russian people, German people. I mean, all love. Like, in my style, wanting to buy the shirt off my back. You know what I mean? Like, the pants off my, you know what I mean? Like, real talk. Like, I mean, sharing just commonalities. Now, some of the stuff was weird, you know what I mean? Because they think, oh, black people rap and all that. They ask me about rappers and all that. I don't even listen to. I'm like, bro, I don't even know who Gucci Man is for real. I know who he is, but I don't know him, you know, the information. Like, so, but how you treat it is good, you know what I mean? Like, as a black person traveling, and I travel by myself, so it was even more powerful experience because I'm really out there living on the land and really just amongst the people. Like, I didn't stay on no resorts. I'm staying like with the people. Wow. And you know what I mean? So, like, traveling abroad as a black man is a powerful thing, you know what I mean? We're not designed to be in these concrete jungles. Like, we're supposed to be out free. We're supposed to be out. We're sun people, man. You know what I mean? And so I realized traveling as a black man too that the food here has no energy, you know what I mean? And, you know, that's why we're so, you know, every time I come back to the States, I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm ready to go. I look at flights every day, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I look at flights every day. I'm just, you know, I have a son, I have, you know what I mean, things, but my mother know, like, she know I'm on a mission. So, you know, everybody knows, like, there's nothing holding me here, you know what I mean? I have no emotional ties here, like, because in order to get what you want to get in life, you got to go after it, you know what I mean? Absolutely. And so I'm going for it, you know what I mean, right now. So to answer your question, as a black man traveling, it's a beautiful thing. I recommend more black men do it. When I have a travel group called My Healcation, it's not about healing from no pain or nobody else. It's about taking time to heal yourself. Yes. Like how you go to sleep and your body heal at a certain time of the at night. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Disconnecting from the phone, disconnecting from all that. 'Cause you don't really have access to your phone like that. You know what I mean? When you over other countries, you're not watching no TV. You're not doing nothing. You're meditating. You're enjoying sunlight. You're enjoying good food. You're enjoying people. You don't have to worry about nobody trying to hurt you, nothing. Right. You know what I mean? So the stories I hear, and I've been to all different countries, you know what I mean? I feel more safe with no cell phone in these other countries than I feel safe in my own city, but you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like, you know, as a black person, I feel way more safe out the country. Right. You know what I mean? And the myth that it costs a lot of money is a lie. It don't cost a lot of money. I probably saved more money being overseas than I do here. I got back to the States, spent more money in a week than I spent gone for 3 months. I was gone for 3 months.
Right about that.
I was gone for 3 months, my brother, and I spent more when I came back in a week than I spent in 3 months, bro.
Okay. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So, I mean, to answer your question, man, it's a powerful thing to travel as a black man. Like, it really allows you to really see your full power. Like, that trip made me fully understand my belief in myself. You know what I mean? That's why I'm making a lot of transitions right now so I can really control my own time again. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah.
So I watched a couple of your videos and you working with the youth. You're so passionate about it. It's amazing to me because when I watch it, I just look like he's really in his element.
Yeah, I love the kids. I love the kids. Somebody had to love on me. And like I said, my dad died when I was 10. And like I said, community raised me. You know what I mean? Community raised me.
You have
No, I had none on YouTube. I did have this one video that's funny, but I don't know where it's at. It's on my Facebook. It's just it's this little kid that was doing the dance. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I tell the kids you don't want to take the hood out of them. But you know what I mean? You just got to teach them how to understand how to use your phone. I tell them I use my Yo Power every day. I'm a hip hop baby, so I use my Yo Power every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm able to walk in these schools. Right. For real, that's why I'm able to walk in these schools and have I don't have the same problems everybody. I'll be like, yo, what are you talking about? Boy, girls. Parent chill, you know what I'm saying? We the same. You can't go to college to be a good connector. You can't go to college for what we do as enthusiastic black people that teach. You know what I mean? Because we ain't doing it for no money. I can tell you that. We definitely doing it for them kids. I mean, for them babies, especially when they get it. You know what I mean? Like I still talk to kids that I worked with years ago. They're in college now. We friends. They follow me online. I follow them. They're doing great things. You know what I mean? And so I'm just glad that I was able to be that crossing path in their life. Like I said, a lot of adults did for me, both men and women. You know what I mean? So I just know it's my responsibility to pass it forward. So me passing it forward to them, guess what? They gonna pass it forward to the next person. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's why I'm so enthusiastic about it. Like because I just. I love it. It's easy. It's the only job that I will ever wake up to, you know what I mean, and be somewhat on time. I ain't gonna say I'll be on time all the time. I ain't gonna lie. I had a system with my kids. We was together. Boy, sign me in the back door. Like, you know, man, my kid, we had a system. I'm not gonna lie, man. My kids had a system. We talk about it now because they older. We be laughing. They be like, "Listen, Nash, you was a crazy teacher, but we loved you." I was like, "I know, man. I loved y'all too. Thank you for having my back." You know what I mean? It's the difference. You know what I mean? The kids know when you there for them and not there for no money. You know what I mean? You know, but the problem is they bring the black men in the schools and we become the disciplinarians, and that's not right. We need to become the connectors. So now their first encounter with a black man is aggression. It shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why a lot of black men leave the schools. That stuff is draining. I don't know if I could cuss on y'all show, but that stuff is draining. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's very draining. You know what I mean? No censorship. Yeah, it's very draining. You know what I mean? So yeah, but that's why I'm enthusiastic about working with kids.
Okay. So we're going to shift gears a little
bit.
Yes,
please.
And talk about our topic. Do you
ready?
Yeah,
I'm ready.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to ease him in, right?
He asked me the question was, he told me the topic was again. He said, what was
the state of affairs, the state of affairs and with regards to relationships and the black community. Are we getting further apart from one another, or are we growing closer?
I think people are getting further confused.
I agree with that.
Motherfuckers is confused out here. They don't know what the fuck they like out here in this world. No, for real. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't know if you see a bunch of women out, if they fucking with each other, or you can holler at them, or you see a bunch of dudes out for you ladies. You don't know what the fuck is going on out here. You know what I mean? So I think we're growing further apart because motherfuckers don't really understand who they are.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers the question, but yeah.
With that, I mean, yeah, I can agree. I feel like a lot of times that people are not being, you talked about this earlier, like it starts with you. So I think people are afraid to get naked with themselves.
Facts.
You know?
Facts.
So then you go into these relationships with the mask, with the sheet on you.
Facts.
And then when you hit a roadblock and you have these issues because you were never naked with self,
facts,
it's hard to deal with it. It's hard to even allow yourself to heal because you're being dishonest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And so part of it is people don't want to face themselves. Like when I separated a few years ago from my husband, I wouldn't even go out dating, right? Because I didn't want to take old bullshit into a new relationship.
Facts.
So I allowed myself time to heal because I'm like, I'm not the person that I was then. I don't want to share that with anybody because I'm a mess right now.
Facts.
But not everybody does that.
A lot of people don't do that. They just jump right out there and right into it could be the same day.
It's called dependency, codependency.
Exactly.
Codependency.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I think people are starting to realize that, you know, they need that healing.
Absolutely. You gotta have it.
You know,
Facts.
Again, like you said, it'd be people you jumping from relationship to relationship. You never healed from the very first one. So your foundation is already weak. And I think a lot of people are starting. I know that's where I'm at. I'm like,
right. And I have had that conversation many times,
50
right?
50 million times.
50 million times. And even now in the space that I'm in, even though I say I want to date, right? When I look at my options right now and what's out here, you know, I say to myself, I think I'm good, right? And then I've been married for a long time, so marriage isn't necessarily my end game. So I can be okay. It doesn't mean that I'm not open to the possibility, but I'm not in a rush.
So what about a compliment? What about a compliment? Like that's what I'm looking for, a compliment. I'm looking for somebody to compliment me. I'm not looking for no wife. I'm not looking for no fuck buddy. I'm looking for somebody to compliment me.
And I think I'm kind of in that space too. Like we don't have to get married, but we can build together, right? I feel like where I'm at, if I met somebody that, hey, you know, we could build together, like we vibing on that higher level.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm open to that. I just don't want. I could fuck anybody.
Facts.
You
That's
know what I'm
easy.
saying?
That ain't hard.
And I'm good
Oh,
at
yeah,
it.
baby.
So the thing is,
baby,
I
that's
just
good.
don't
Oh, yeah,
want
baby.
to share
That's
that
good.
with
Yeah,
just
oh, now,
anybody.
ooh,
You know
baby,
what I'm
God
saying?
damn,
That's
bitch,
not where
God
I'm at.
damn, the pussy good. Holy
it's
shit,
energy
God.
draining,
Oh,
to be
come on,
honest with
got
you.
you. Now put your pussy on the ladder
I
over
mean,
here
you
now.
stay with somebody and then you still unfulfilled. It's kind of like a waste of time. You satisfy the need right then, but you still got that emptiness. I need more than that at this point.
I think because we're evolving as humans and becoming more self-aware, it's also hard because there are people that you meet that aren't as self-aware as you, and they're still traditionalists. Not because they really want to, but that's all they know.
That's all they know. Exactly.
So if I take you on a date, and at the end of the date, you're like, so what are we? And I'm like,
and why is that a question
We're
on
on
a
the
date?
date.
Because
That's what we are.
I feel like that's another thing. The art of dating is lost because it goes from if I take you out to
because
dinner,
it's
you're
not fun.
looking
It's
to
a serious, it
Yeah.
becomes a serious thing. Like
for one date when you're
Especially-
supposed to be getting
I think
to know
especially for
each
men.
other.
It's a serious investment, personally, as a
Huh.
man. Like I'm not out here investing in a bunch of dating like that.
Yeah.
I ain't even. I got too much other things I'm trying to do with my money, so that's
Yeah.
why I personally don't date. Cause I don't want to be considered the cheapskate. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not because I don't want to be mad at you for spending $300 on
Yeah.
a meal every Friday and Saturday, spending
Right,
$600 when I know I'm trying to take care of some credit stuff. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
It ain't got nothing to do
I
with
think,
you.
I
You know
think
what I
for
mean?
me, it's just healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spending time
Yeah.
with me, and then trying to find the enjoyment in just being.
Yes.
Even if it's just
Yes.
the company
Yes.
of you. Like, why can't we just relax and hang
Relax.
out and cool? And that don't even mean we have to do anything intimate. Why
Right.
can't you come to my house? We can just laugh and talk about stuff. Let's meet each other there, because the minute you give somebody a hug or the conversation is really good. Here we go.
What are we?
Because we
You're in a
we
situation.
end up in more accidental relationships than
Facts.
intentional.
You better say that again
Yes.
out loud.
And
brother.
that's why a lot
Better
of
say that
us,
outside,
you
brother.
didn't
Say that
hit
out
something
loud.
and then you're like, oh,
Right.
I
Yeah.
didn't, she done let me hit her 6 times.
Or you can have a beautiful conversation and freak the hell out somebody's mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
Yes.
never had nobody speak to them in that manner.
Right.
You just being yourself. You,
You
ain't trying to
being
be
you.
nothing slick or nothing.
Right.
And then when
Mhm.
they hit you with that long text and you like,
Like, what? Like, hold on, girl. I
You be
was
like,
just being me. Like, I didn't
I am
say-
delivered.
That is so true.
But if they're not used to it, right?
Right.
Then it's like they want to own it.
Yeah.
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 And they're like, last night at the gas station really changed my life.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
What I say?
That's funny. That's
The
funny.
way you broke down the oil prices that showed me why the gas price.
Yes,
like,
it
wow.
was orgasmic. I
Right,
had mind
orgasmic,
blowing.
right?
Yes.
You're like, good morning.
Right. Yeah.
But that's
Hope you eat today. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. It's different. It's a different.
I mean,
time.
but we are
Very
growing
weird.
apart, though. I mean, like you said, I agree with the brother. Like, I mean, I think more people are realizing it's time to like sit with self. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
people just tired of settling for bullshit at this point.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I
really,
agree.
like I said, at the end of the day, the common denominator is you. So, like, are you the bullshit at the end of the day?
Yeah, but how many are asking themselves that question? Because again, if you go from
It takes a
relationship
while.
to
It takes a while.
It
relationship,
takes a while.
It takes a while.
because you don't want to face yourself, and I feel like that's a big part of it.
And I think it's that, and you've created a grave of denial
Yes,
over top.
yes,
You
yes.
know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the bottom, you're like,
Okay.
it was part of me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or it was me,
Yeah.
or I didn't do all of the damage, but I was involved in this.
part.
I'm a part of this.
But you know what? I agree.
So,
I
yeah.
agree with you. And for me, my thing has always been what I realized was I was never emotionally available for none of my ladies.
There you go.
Okay.
All other stuff I did great. I was a good. I mean, I'm still friends with everybody, but I just wasn't emotionally available because I didn't know how to be emotionally available for myself. So how I'm gonna be
Okay.
emotionally
That's
available
all
for
right.
you?
I
Yeah.
like that.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
used to
like
get
that.
Real
get
talk.
anxiety. Like if I would get really start liking a chick, I would start.
I ain't trying to do anything.
Yeah, I could be on a date with her
Let me
and
go.
she say something real sweet and I just stare like I'm looking through it because I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
oh my god, what am I supposed to do?
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start some shit now. So,
Yeah.
All right.
so I think part of this relationship dynamic, it unfairly, and it adds to the mental health of men. Unfairly, y'all, women, and I'm gonna just blankly say, women rely on us to fix it as black men.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely, I agree.
Because if you really think about it, like we said earlier, some of the pressures that black men have to deal with, you know, modern clinical psychology is not prepared for. You know, especially with a family. Because if you think about it, when you meet when a man, when you meet somebody, right, and you're having a conversation with your girlfriend, right, and you say to Lynette, well, tell me about him. What does he do? What does he work? What does he have? Right? Me and you talking about the girl, right? What she look like? Is she nice? Is she cool? What's the vibe? Everything that we talking about are things that we cannot take away or not lose. We could lose our job. We could lose that car.
Come on home with
right? You know, so everything that we equate success with pretty much are things that can be taken away.
Absolutely.
So
You can't handle the
so
truth.
we kind of live in fear, you know, in the back of our mind because we got to gain all these things that we could lose tomorrow in order to be attractive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So again, and even with sex, right? I mean, come on. I mean, at my age, what haven't I done? We done everything, right? But one thing I look back, I was like, you know what? Especially some of these women who braggadocious about, I got this, I got that. A lot of them know how to get fucked, but they don't know how to fuck.
Talk
See
about
what I'm
it.
saying?
One more
So
time.
if you really-
One more time for the people in the back, sir.
One more time.
I'm just saying,
One more
Say that
time.
for the people that knows
For the
goes
people in the
Man,
back.
Radio Land.
My argument is everything kind of falls on the shoulders of the man. And then more so the black man with all the things that he got to deal with, you know. And you said something earlier, it was like, you know, I wrote it down, man. You said something about other people's shit make you age or something like
Other
that.
people's baggage makes you age.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
exactly what we have because we got to deal with it from every level, even an emotional level.
Yeah.
I'm done.
No,
So
that
I
was a
think
good
about
point.
just,
That was a good
you
point.
know,
Drop the
you made a
mic.
great point, right? Men, you all are fixers. But a lot of women go into relationships already broken and then putting that pressure on men
Absolutely.
to fix them because they're not willing to do the work themselves. So now you're fighting a bigger battle because now you put this man in an impossible situation and trying to fix you so that you can be happy. I am a believer that we are responsible for our own happiness. If I go into a relationship and I'm already broken and I'm putting this impossible task on this man to fix me, we've already failed.
But the thing about it is, look, I had that same mentality. Most people we grew up with that same mentality, you know, because it's really been embedded, like from the crib, you know. So it was happening on an unconscious level.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the man has to fix this. He has to do this. He has to do that. He cannot show that he's soft. He cannot cry. You know,
That's why I used to ask people all the time, like, who the hell made these rules up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't follow none of them rules. You know what I'm saying? I believe in treating people how you want to be treated. You know what I mean? Like, period. You know what I mean? Like,
Simple as that.
It's just a simple. I don't follow none of this. I mean, I do follow certain things like the man opening the door and all that. Like, I definitely that chivalry. That's just a natural thing. You know what I mean? But all that other stuff that you supposed to do this and I don't believe in it. And I don't. And anybody that deal with me, we talk about that off the rip. You know what I mean? Because that's a part of intimacy with me. Like, you got to be intimate with my mind. If you can't be intimate with my mind, we can't do nothing. We can't do nothing with my money or nothing. Because I like building with my women. I like engaging money wise with my women. Like, I don't like to just be they doing something, I'm doing something separately. Like, if I can help you, let me help you. If you can help me, you can help me. But it's not mandatory. It's not a requirement.
But it's that fear of opening up. It's a joke that goes along with what they say. You know, while the woman's like, come on, I want you to open up to me. I want you to express yourself. And you're like, when you finally express yourself, you're like, well, my mom used to dress me up in girl clothes when I was 6 years old. My father used to beat me up and drink, right? As soon as y'all get in your first argument, that's why your fathers are drunk. You're fat.
But guess what? But you know what though? But guess what though? But that's why I say that's where that mental and emotional intelligence come in at, because we already know if it's like. We know Baltimore City's, pardon my language, schools is fucked up, right? Yeah. So it's like, how can you get mad at the things that be happening every year? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you already expect it. So I'm saying that to say, like, I use that as an example to say this, right? So if you already know that could possibly be something that come back, right? When it happens, how can you get really mad? That's when you can address it and bring it back up. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. We were talking about being.
That's why I ain't gonna open up the door.
But I understand what you're saying. But that's where we switch it up. If we're talking about bringing us together, right, and closer, right. That's where the whole pause. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. I opened up to you, and look how you're throwing back in my face. I know why you're throwing it back in my face, because you mad and you don't really have nothing else to say. But that's not how we gonna beat each other up. We're gonna antagonize each other. I don't need you to beat me down. I need you to build me up. And if you're gonna beat me down, let's have a conversation on why you beat. Let's get to the why.
Exactly.
You're right.
Let's get to the why, because if I react, then no one has the power. We both lost the power. You understand what I'm trying to say? So if that response from that person is awesome, because then it's a talking point. Like, because I meet people that be like, you know, they love me in the beginning, brother Nance, you're a dope guy, and then when they really see how I move my trigger, they be like, yo, you really be on, and it don't be nothing negative. It just be like, yo, I'm really. Set a certain way, like I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm not going. We're not cutting no corners or no gray areas, none of that. Like, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want no problem. Because I don't know how my life going to move and shift. But if I'm upfront, honest about what's going on, we can talk about something you throw back at me. You know, that's why you had a dress on when you was a kid. All right, that's cool. You know what I mean? But what's up? Let's. You know what I mean? Let's build now. Like, why you trying to beat me down, baby? You supposed to be on my team. You know what I mean? Like,
brother, you all right? Because early in the show, you said something about. Nobody could make you feel a certain way unless you give it that power.
Yeah, unless you allow them to. And I used to let people make me feel that type of way. You know what I mean? And make personalize it. Like, damn it, am I really fucked up? No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may, we all make decisions, but like I said again, that I learned this after being divorced. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't emotionally available. Like I said, we're good friends now. Like, when I was in Bali, I stayed in her house. You know what I mean? So, like, we good. You know what I mean? Because we able to have those conversations. Now she could speak to me about how she felt, and I could receive it and listen and not to respond.
Your ex-wife from Bali?
No, she's from Baltimore. But I'm just saying, she has a house in Bali. You know what I mean? So when I was there, I stayed in her house for, you know what I mean, when I was there. So we have a connected relationship, and there's no intimacy or nothing.
I love
you know what I mean? Like, it's an understanding.
But see, look how beautiful it is that you were even able to create a relationship that didn't have to have the intimacy.
That's how
as men, we almost feel like, all right, I gotta hit her.
Absolutely.
Gotta hit her.
Because once we connected. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can sleep with somebody and you can see them 10 years from now. They could be married and all. Like, y'all can cross paths, look at each other and all. Like, you gonna instantly think about that situation. Period. You know what I mean? It's just human nature. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I tell people, even when it comes down to like our relationships with our significant others that we have children with. Once you have kids with somebody you've related, are you going to like that motherfucker every day? No, but as long as you love them and respect them, everybody, the uncles and aunts, they don't fucking like, but you love the shit out of them. You feel what I'm saying? So I think if we switch that mindset, then we related. A lot of that bullshit that be happening out here of us being so disconnected and trying to kill each other, baby mothers and fathers and shit like that, like, I don't understand that to me personally. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, I know that's a little off topic, but it's kind of connected because it's still all together emotions and availability. Ego by a lot of people in jail and fucked up out here, and a lot of people lonely. You know what I mean? I tell the kids all the time, the loud people be the lonely people. I say, look at your aunts. The loud ones, they lonely. Loud and lonely.
Driving Ultima.
Yeah, or the players. Or think about the brothers that was players. They lonely now. Nobody wants to die nobody wants to die alone. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And it's not about needing someone to be with you, but it's like, who doesn't want connectivity? You know what I mean? Like, so, you know.
But that doesn't, we don't have enough time we don't give ourselves enough time and grace to build it.
I do agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I agree with that. Yeah.
You know, because like everything is so fast.
Yes.
Like I said, like
I tell people, learn how to be my friend.
That
learn how to be my friend.
You know, everybody wants the microwave effect, you know. Nobody has the patience to build. It's like you want it right now. And in that process, you lose the connection.
No one wants to learn how to be no one's friend. I tell people all the time, learn how to be my friend. It's easy to sex me. Like, I know I'm handsome. I know you're pretty. Like, that shit's easy. Learn how to be my friend.
Thank you.
There's people that been around me 20 years that don't know how to be my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
they don't know how to fuck. They don't know how to get.
Is that, you understand what I'm saying? Same concept. Same concept.
But you know what though?
Same concept. Real talk.
Being
Same
a friend
concept.
usually is where you get the most honesty from.
Yeah, that's what you want.
And the question
that's
is,
what you want.
And look,
That's what
and
you
the
want.
question is, when you think of all that honesty, like,
I want my
is
compliment
this
to be
where
my
I
friend.
want to be at? Like,
Yeah.
this person, like, when
Yeah.
they tell you where the skeletons are buried, and you really cool with that.
Yeah. I
But we don't
want
get
my
to that point.
compliment. Yeah.
We don't get to that point often.
Yeah.
We do not get to that point often. I think everybody's afraid of that now, and I think that's why we're separating, because like I said, everybody's getting to know self.
Yeah.
Everybody's had some sense of damages, and now everybody's like,
Now everybody
going
mad,
back down
look,
there.
and now everybody mad at you for learning yourself.
Oh,
you're trying to be
exactly.
you're trying
Oh
to be
my
this
God,
whole
yes.
self. What
They
you mean?
can't-
No,
Right.
how?
Oh, let you say something like, they,
That's because
so,
they can't get there.
and when they breaking down what they looking
Yeah.
for and all that, and they like, what you looking for? You like, nothing. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just being myself. I'm enjoying life. I'm finally at this point where I know who I am, and right now, what you're looking for sounds beautiful. It's just not what I'm looking for. Now you're a horrible person.
Yes. I lose good women every day.
So,
I ain't gonna lie.
What'd you say?
I lose good ones every day, bro. I be so sick. Cause
Why they
I
good
do
for
want to,
you?
but they do. I be having some really, I know that be really connected, right? But I just know, I know me. I can't play around with nobody right now at this stage.
Yeah.
And I'm on a mission again. Like I said, I don't know where I'm gonna be. I'm like a nomad right now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
that's what
I'm
I
a nomad
appreciate
right
the
now, and I'm not no
honesty.
womanizer, so I'm not
Yeah.
ever gonna be using no ladies or none of that. I've never been that
Right.
type of dude. You know what I mean? Like, and that's another thing why we disconnected. Like I said, we still got a lot of hurt little boys and little girls out here trying to be in relationships. That's why our kids fucked up.
I was
You know what I
an
mean?
accidental
real.
womanizer at one point. So.
A lot of my brothers, but you
I
got
was a-
you got
true
daughters.
story. I do.
Yeah, that's why you got
All
daughters.
daughters.
That's why,
you
yeah,
got
that's
daughters.
what I
That's why you
say
got daughters.
too.
All my
No.
homeboys that's womanizers got
No,
daughters.
listen,
all daughters.
but let me say this.
I'm not gonna bullshit you.
This is
bro.
what I'm gonna say though. I'm gonna tell you this.
But it makes you reform. It makes you become reformed.
It makes you, yeah,
Quick.
Oh
absolutely.
man, it changed my life.
Yeah, it does.
But I also believe that for me,
Girl dads.
God
Right.
gave me girls for the love I didn't get from the women in my family
Yeah.
growing up. So
Yeah.
I get to look
Facts.
at people with the same bloodline as me and love on them tremendously.
And you know that
As
love
a-
they're gonna give you is so unconditional.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
That's forever.
And yeah, and
daddy forever.
and that's what I love. Like
Yeah.
people like, you mad you didn't get boys. Like, no, I get to love my daughters a different
Yeah,
kind
yo,
of way.
that's love.
That's a love that's clearly never gonna be intimate, but it's a love
Right.
that
But
I share
again,
with them.
but again, you even saying that out loud, that's powerful in itself. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
these are the things that a lot of brothers don't get to say out loud.
Yeah.
That really be the reason why they be super loving on their kid or super mad that they can't love on their kid
Yeah.
or they can't get access to their kid
Yeah.
because they missing that one thing. You
That's
know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
That's it, yeah.
For real, bro.
And
That's
I
real.
think for me, as a daddy's girl, right? I think that
Appreciate you.
I feel like my dad kind of set the bar so that I know what I need, right? And so I don't have to settle. I felt like my dad just, it was never a time where I didn't know how he feels, how he felt about me. So I feel like that empowered me in terms of relationships. So even with my son, right? My son and I know a lot of people, they look at us and they say we act like brother and sister, but it's not that. It's just that, like you said, it's the door is always open for him to talk to me about anything. I never want him to be afraid of expressing himself because I'm his person. Yeah, you know, yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, you know, we talk about stuff that may make other people uncomfortable, but he knows that I'm here to listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, and I love that. And I think that, you know, when you grow up a certain way and you raise these children, what you're lacking, you could break the cycle for certain things, you know. Like my parents didn't do a whole lot of talking to us about sex education and stuff. And so I remember when I got my first period at 9, right? The extent of the conversation from my mom was that, well, I thought I was dying because I didn't know what the hell.
You know what the hell? You know what the
saying?
fuck?
Let's say that. And so, you know, long story short, She said, and I was a tomboy. She said, "Oh, well, you can't play with boys anymore." And I'm saying, "Well, I don't like this shit already." You know what I'm saying? But that was the extent. Yeah, that was the extent of the conversation. So it made me kind of think when I have my child, there would be nothing that we couldn't talk about because I need to arm that person with knowledge before I send them out there. So we have a responsibility to break the cycle. Yeah.
And having that balance, you know what I mean? Like my son know I'm not his friend. He know that off the rip, but he but he definitely know that we cool. You know what I'm saying? Like we can have conversations like you know what I mean? And you know and brothers out here, they got sons, especially sons that are just like you. Like it becomes like a pissing contest at some point. You know what I mean? Whereas though you gotta remind them sometimes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, with a stern word or you know what I mean, like. Or just a stern disconnection sometimes. You know, it's like you got to disconnect in order to reconnect. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And let them feel it when they want to be, you know.
Girls like that with their moms too. My oldest was just like that with her mother. They would, oh my God, like
power struggle.
Yo,
it is.
That's when you find yourself.
Dumb stuff.
Yeah, power struggle, man. Especially when you're trying to find yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. But you know, we got a lot of connecting and disconnecting and reconnecting that we got to do. Hopefully we can do more reconnecting. You know what I mean? You know, so I think the time that people are spending about it. I think the pandemic was good for people. You know what I mean?
Agree.
Shit was the best shit ever happened to me personally. I made way more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I was way more happier. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I think it gave you time to really see and evaluate your tribe and who is for you and who is not for you and who you are first and what you add to the world. You know what I mean? And what you know, some people rediscovered themselves, some people reinvented themselves. And some people
pandemic. I'm like,
I'm
stuck with this person. Wow. Exactly. I think that's when they realized they didn't like that person.
You really got to sit in the person's flaws.
Yes.
And your own.
And
you know what I mean? And see that they don't match. You know what I mean? And your flaws gonna make my shit worse. Nah, I don't want I don't need to make my cut bigger with you. No. I'm good. I got stitches on mine. No band-aids. You know what I mean? So I do think we got a lot of connecting, but I think I believe that, you know, I believe black people are waking up. You know what I mean? I believe that, you know, I think if we just continue to, you know, uplift each other and know we're not in competition, like it's supposed to.
I think that's a big.
It should be a natural thing. Yeah. You shouldn't be celebrated to support a black business. That's some shit you just should do naturally.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like I don't take pictures at all the shit that I do, and I only spend money with black businesses. At least I try to. You know what I mean? And I even told my son, I said it's gonna be to a point where as though, you know, and again, like I said, traveling got to see you can create and make anything. There's a brother out here selling underwear. Why not buy his underwear? You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. If it's $2 more, so fuck what? You know what I mean? Like we spend it on other things. You know what I mean? So I think we're connecting. I think, you know, it's an explosion in black business, black economics. I just think that, you know, making everything connect is important. You know what I mean? For us to go to the next level. And, you know, connecting with self is first and foremost. That's what I do with Temple Work Ministry. Like.
I think in the next 5 years, it's going to go back to an explosion of being black.
Yeah, it is. It's on its way.
It's on its
way. It's on its way.
Wonderfully black.
Right.
You know, and I think social media has helped us
is
in a weird way, helping us to filter it out now.
Yeah.
You know, because it went from being social.
Man, I went to this thing called Disco Africa in Bali, right?
Oh, wow.
It's a lady from Morocco. When I say I probably did more dancing in Bali than I did my whole life, and I've been dancing my whole life. You feel what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like the African culture is everywhere. We already exploded. They just hid it from us. You know what I'm saying? Like we've already exploded. You know what I mean? Like we're the majority. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I mean? The Browns.
We have no idea how amazing we are all over the world.
That's a fact.
I told somebody, they said, "What was your favorite part of Ghana?" I said, "Yo, you know what? Waking up being part of the majority every fucking day.
Yeah.
Not seeing no disrespect, you know what I mean? Not seeing people that's doing things I don't agree with, not openly not seeing that, not seeing any whites, none of that. And I'm not racist or none of that, you know what I mean? But it just felt good to be a part of the majority, have no worries, to feel like I could be supported and shit, like, you know what I mean? To feel like anywhere I go, I'm turning around, I see a brother, a sister, you know what I mean? And it was a lot of other things that happened, but that was the most powerful thing. I felt like, damn, yo, this shit felt kind of good. Like, I know how they feel. You know what I mean? And how they can walk around a certain way where we can't. You know what I'm saying? So I think us connecting is really what's going, and it's already exploded. I think us here in America have to connect. Right now they got us divided. We be arguing about some of the most retarded shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care about what be going on out here in the world. We gotta figure out what's going on with us and how we gonna build. You know what I mean? Like, that's a distraction. You know what I mean? It ain't about conspiracy theories or none of that. It's about common sense. You know what I mean? To me, that's why I said we're lacking. That's why I was on the call earlier. I was telling people, like, we lacking common sense out here. Like, we're being told what to do instead of creating what we want to do. You know what I mean? So that's one of my slogans: create a great day. Like,
there you go.
Create the day you want. That's it.
There you go.
Yeah, you sent that to me.
Create a great day.
Yeah,
Create a great day.
Yeah.
I got that from a colleague of mine. She was just saying, I'm like, yo, you only understand the power of what you just said. I'm about to show you the power of that statement. Then I took it to the next wave for it because it's important, man. Like, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing the words are power. Like, that shit really impact your mind. It impact your sleep. It impact how you move. That shit your words, that inner critic can have you down for fucking days, months, years. You know what I mean? The past can keep you crippled. Nobody wants to be crippled by the past.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. Like, so, you know, I hope that intimate connection. I hope I can come back. You know, I like y'all.
Oh, you're always welcome to come back.
Yes,
you know,
indeed.
Definitely. So we're gonna take it a little step further, right?
Okay, let's take it a little step further. Let's take it.
Are you ready now?
Yeah, I've been ready. I'm ready for whatever.
He's ready. That's my lust partner,
Yeah, you
so
know,
he's ready.
I do this type of stuff. That's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what he do. So, what's
away.
let me see.
Ask away.
What is the wildest thing you've done sexually?
The wildest thing I've done sexually. Wow, that's an interesting question. I mean, it depends on what you consider wild. I mean,
What's wild to you?
Wild to me is probably having like a threesome in Florida with strangers that you don't know on some intoxicated beach shit. Like, let's just say something like that happened when I was younger. Let's just say that. I don't even remember the details. I just woke up like, what the fuck? Like,
oh yeah, baby.
Man, that shit was cool though.
Yeah, baby, that's good. Oh yeah, baby, that's good. Yeah.
Like
now,
baby.
God damn, bitch. God damn, the pussy
something
good.
I would like to try.
Oh yeah, baby.
That I haven't. I mean, I kind of tried a lot of shit. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would be open to whatever, you know, my compliment is to. I don't really,
okay.
You know what I mean, I don't know what to answer the question. Cause I mean, I've pretty done a lot of things, but like, I don't think there's nothing that like, I'm open to whatever. It is some certain shit is off limits, but like.
Okay.
Like, I don't play no asshole games, none of that shit.
Okay.
I mean, none of that.
Okay. And so, are you a romantic guy?
Yeah, sometimes too romantic.
Sometimes, so
because they be thinking I'm trying to be slick, and I'm just really being myself. You know what I mean? Like, I was raised by a queen. I was raised by a goddess, so I'm gonna treat everyone like that. Even if you my partner on a sex tip, like, you still gonna get treated good.
Yeah.
Because it's energy. If I treat you good, you're gonna treat me good.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I'm a hopeless romantic. You know what I mean? To be honest, but I'm hopeful. I'm not a hopeless.
Hopeful.
I'm a hopeful. Remember, I told you words are power.
Absolutely.
I'm a hopeful romantic. You know what I mean? I don't break that code.
Okay. So what, in terms of a date, what's the most romantic thing you've done?
Well, I've done a couple of things. One, I've done a lot of slick shit. Hold on now.
He got to sit back in the chair all day.
No, I had one of my first wedding anniversary. I had one of my chef buddies come to my home and prepare a meal for us, serve us, all of that stuff. I thought that was pretty dope. Flowers everywhere. You know, flowers leading to the bedroom, all that good stuff. Then I also did I took somebody on a date and had a friend of mine set up a massage table on the beach and get him a beach massage. You know what I mean?
That's fire.
That's food. So I mean, I do a lot of little stuff around food. Like I like food. I'm a cook, so I like the, you know what I mean. I like the cooking piece. You know what I mean? So yeah, everything I do with romantic pieces gotta be food involved or some type of atmosphere, ambiance, like whether I create it or and it don't take anything about it. It don't take that much though. People think it take a lot. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God!
The last category.
And she loves food. I mean, likes to eat.
She like to eat. You matchmaking up here.
My man prepares.
Yeah.
God.
He researches. He does all that stuff.
It's just similarities.
What y'all do? Show up.
It's facts. I'm consistent.
I gave him something. That's enough.
I'm consistent with that.
You're consistent.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
consistent with
okay.
that over the years. My friends be joking. They say I'm a relationship guy. Like I don't be just sleeping with anybody. Like
Yeah.
I value my shit.
You're domestic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I value my shit. Like I don't
You
be
gotta
out
be careful
here.
who you get your energy to.
Yeah, I'm right. That
I
shit is
agree.
very important.
Yeah,
I watched my,
I
like I said, I had a good mother. Like I only
Yeah.
seen my mother with my father, a husband, and I ain't seen no other man after that. You know what I mean? She ain't been with her husband in years. Now she may got somebody on the low. I don't know. I told her I'm about to do Social Security Saturday so I can get her boyfriend this year. Yeah, we're gonna do Social Security. Yeah, we're gonna do Social Security Saturdays. We get all the people with Social Security checks. You know what I mean? Get together, 66 and over, 65 and over. You know what I mean? You know, because I told you, you gotta watch these dirty old men out here. That's why I'm gonna find her husband. I mean, her boyfriend or whatever. You know what I mean? She ain't gonna be able to know what to look for.
That's funny. Like when I talk about dating with my son, he just be like, "Ma, sit down somewhere."
Shit, I'm trying to find my mother boyfriend. Shit.
You need to tell your son to tune in so he can see you.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So, are you? Let me see. How can I put that? What is the, what's the wildest place you've ever been intimate? I know you mentioned the threesome on the beach, but.
Oh, probably like the balcony of my juice bar. That was the wildest place I was at.
Okay.
While people was downstairs in the cafe. It was going crazy.
My man.
High five
That's
over
a good
there,
one.
brother Nance.
That's a good one.
I don't know. That was fun.
So,
Caught me
are
off
you?
guard, too. I was like, oh,
Let me see. What else do I want to ask?
And I waited for that one for a minute. I was sitting there waiting patient. I put in some months for that one. So yeah.
Okay.
Was it worth it?
Yeah,
It was worth it. It paid off, huh?
Yeah, we still good friends. Like I said, I don't leave situations fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta understand. Sometimes you be with people to help them with something and get them back with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
you
a
just may,
fact, yeah.
you may be the person to show up as the good guy. You know what I'm saying? To help them at a particular moment. You wasn't
Yeah.
there to be there fucking forever and shit. Like that's the problem. Thing. Another thing, people be like, "That's my forever." No, motherfucker, that might just be your moment.
Your
I'm not
moment,
your fucking
yes.
forever. I may be able to help you with this problem right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm not there for you forever.
That's my king. I'm like, girl, this is the third king. It's the third king this year. What you playing spades?
Right. Facts.
Playing spades. You're holding on them kings.
Yeah, but no, I mean, that's how I roll though.
I really know somebody, facts, that called me, went on a first date and already had the wedding dress picked out.
That's too much.
Are you serious?
That's too much. That's way too
Well,
much.
you got to realize some women date with a purpose. Nobody out here just. It's like, okay, what we doing? Well, it's an end game, and some people look at it that way.
Huh.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I might be one of them people because I mean, I'm very picky. So when I do lock in somebody, I'm on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I ain't even gonna play with you. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't just be talking to any and everybody. So if I do get with you, it may move fast. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on it. I don't got time to waste. You know what I mean, I need to see if this shit gonna go somewhere before I waste any time or money.
Yep.
I need to know if you gonna be my sister or my friend or you gonna be somebody. You know what I mean? I put people in categories, and
Yeah.
once you in the sister category, there's no fucking. We doing strictly business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Any more questions, Queen Jack?
He's on it. So
The man's
I know
on.
he don't have me stumped. I
I'm
always save
professional at this.
the best for last. So if you met a woman that was into BDSM, would that
What the fuck is BDSM?
What is that?
bondage?
Oh no, I'm not into none of that shit. Our people's been in enough fucking bondage. I don't need nobody to bond me in no motherfucking sex. Fuck.
So no ball in the mouth.
How about you be a slave just one more night?
Nah,
Okay.
I'm not
that's
into
a
no
deal
bondage.
breaker.
That ain't a deal breaker. It's some shit I would be looking at them different. Like, was
Okay.
you fucking chained up? What the fuck happened to you when you was a kid? Damn, bullshit. Like, why do you want? Like, why did
Black
you?
Snake Moan?
Yeah, like, why did you want me to like handcuff you?
You right.
Your legs and your hands together and beat on you. No, I don't. That don't turn me on.
That
You know
don't-
what I'm saying?
okay,
Like,
okay.
nah, I don't want to be physically hurting the person I'm with.
Yeah.
Then you forget the safe word. What I supposed to say? Peanut butter?
No, right.
Pineapples.
Pineapples.
Yeah, no, I ain't into that. Nah, I ain't into that.
Okay.
That ain't a deal breaker. I'll just be like, nah. that ain't for me.
Yeah.
You're not
and that
whipping.
goes back to having a conversation.
Yeah, you're
an
not
open
whipping me with no. You're not
Yeah.
whipping me. You're not
Yeah.
doing none of that shit. You're not sticking nothing in my ass. None of that.
No
No fingers, no
Facts.
tongue, no nothing. None of that.
Bars.
Yeah, straight up. I ain't gonna lie.
Bars.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
Bars.
are you into
Medieval
role
shit.
play?
Oh yeah, of course. Hell yeah.
Okay,
Role
so
play
you
is
would-
cool. That's fun. I mean,
I was gonna
I
say,
like to
yeah.
talk shit and play around and
Right,
that's
right.
fun. That make the shit fun.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, role playing. I mean, that's fun. Role playing gonna be natural if you want. Like I said, if you and your partner are friends and y'all naturally fucking around all day. You know what I mean? Y'all, it's gonna be. It ain't gonna be like today we're being a nurse and you're gonna be. No, this shit just happen
It's
naturally.
natural.
There ain't no
Yes,
shit you playing.
it's natural.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
Like intimacy supposed to be natural. That's too much forced shit out here. You know what I mean? Like that shit supposed to be natural. Like brushing your teeth.
Talking a Caribbean accent.
Here's my come here, guy.
Flashbacks.
Come here, gala. Come here, gala.
Somewhere.
I love that
He
shit.
definitely
I love
went
that island
somewhere
shit.
on that one. Like,
Sound like
okay.
Martin, sound like Martin
Island
Luther
shit.
King.
It's hilarious.
It ain't a
You
deal
should have
breaker. I'm
seen
like,
your
Mark.
face.
That is hilarious.
Oh my
I ain't gonna lie,
God.
that's
Oh my
hilarious.
God. So where can people find you, Brother Nance?
On Instagram, Brother Nance, not brother, but brother, the regular spelled out, BROTHER, Nance, NANCE, templeworkministry.com, templeworkministry.com, and you can email us at connect@templeworkministry.com. There you'll find all of our services. We're still updating our website. Again, I haven't really launched it. This is my first time actually saying it out loud to the people, so it's kind of an exclusive for real.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, I got the guys working on it for me in Thailand, so we got some stuff we got to change on there. But you can come if you want to have a free 30-minute encouragement coaching session. Just hit connect@templeworkministry.com.
Good stuff, man.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate y'all. Y'all got a dope set here. I like it.
Do you have anything coming up?
No. Well, do I got anything coming up? Nah. I'm transitioning right now, so I'm probably going to be moving around from Baltimore to Atlanta to Florida over the next 6 months. Like I said, I'm about to just be a nomad out here, I'm trying to get back to Thailand. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to live over there, so I gotta work hard this year so I can. My goal is 6 months in Thailand, 4 months in Ghana, and 2 months in Bali. Like that's my goal every year. So yeah, that's my
awesome.
So I ain't got nothing coming up. Just come support a good, righteous black man trying to do some great things out here in the world. I'm not trying to compete with you. I'm trying to build with you. I ain't trying to take from you. I'm just trying to build with you, man.
Good stuff, man.
That's all it's about. Create a great day, peace and
wise
power.
words. Wise words.
To yourself,
Absolutely.
man. So I appreciate y'all having me, man. I really do.
Yeah, it was an honor to have you on the show.
Thank you for
and
bringing
we
me
definitely will have you come back.
Absolutely.
You dropped a lot of jewels on us, so we love that. You know,
I give thanks. I'm just a vessel, man. I tell people all the time, just a vessel, man. Like I thank God to use me as a vessel, man. That's it. You know.
Yeah, well, there are plenty good things to come, more to come from Brother Nance.
Peace and power to the people.
Power to the people. And we got to definitely get pictures with him because I'm digging this outfit. So
appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Thank you, folks, for tuning in. We will return next week, same time, same place. Everybody have a great week. Oh, let me just close out with one thing. There are still tickets available for the Sanford and Son tribute play, especially for the 7:00 show. Shar and I will be doing our stand-up comedy routine.
Just send my mother to that.
When
is that?
That is Saturday, the 8th. It's a 3:00 show, a 5:30 show, and a 7 p.m. show. But Shaw and I will be performing on the 7 p.m. show.
Oh, man. I'm going to try to get my mother to that.
Yeah,
man,
so hit me up for tickets. All right, y'all. Have a great night.
Peace.
The American Legion.
The American Legion Hall?
Yeah.